Voyage.
Hey everyone, this is Nat Mundel, the founder of Voyage. I am super excited to introduce you to Priah Ferguson, who stars in our upcoming sci-fi audio drama Hard Drive. Priah is known best for her role in Stranger Things, one of my favorite series of all time. But she's got a full body of work, including the Netflix film The Curse of Bridge Hollow, opposite Marlon Wayans. She's also done voice work on animated series like the Netflix show My Dad, the Bounty Hunter. So, Priah, thank you so much for being on our show and also for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
Well, I can't wait to hear why. So, I mean, Hard Drive, it's such an interesting high concept sci fi project. But at its core, it's really a story about a grandfather and his granddaughter. So, what in this project excited you and sort of drew you to it?
Honestly, it reminded me a lot of my real life. My grandfather, he served in Vietnam. He was also a police lieutenant. He passed away in 2020 due to cancer, but while he was here, we were very close. And he would tell us about his life in Vietnam, but because I was so young, I was not as open to hear it, and I didn't really understand until now that I'm older. And I know that he had this diary of his story in Vietnam. And when I got the audition for Hard Drive, and I saw that Dasha's grandfather died and her grandfather left behind this hard drive filled of his legacy, it made me interested in wanting to see about my grandfather's legacy. And, you know, it kind of made me think that this generation can kind of be out of touch with the older generation's wisdom. And, you know, it's not until we look through those valuable things like the diary and the hard drive we really think like, okay, this is valuable, you know, like his life was valuable and all of our grandparents kind of left behind a legacy in a sense. So that's kind of what drew me to it. And it was a great story. Like I related to it. It's a great story to tell. And I was just super excited to be a part of it.
Oh man, that just reminded me of a conversation I had this morning with my daughter. I was just driving her to school and she was said, Dad, what happened in Germany? What was the Holocaust and what was a concentration camp? And I told her, you know, essentially what those were. And I said, you know, and that happened over there, but it's also a part of our history. I'm half Jewish, right? And so it's a part of your history too. And she was pretty touched by that. So yeah, thanks for that reminder.
Yes.
We have so many unexpected truths that happen in our lives that we learn whether we focus on them or not. And I think a big theme of this story, Hard Drive, is about unexpected truths. And your character in the podcast, you know, she thinks she's got this sweet old grandfather, but then finds out he's way more complex and has a history that's way more radical than she could have ever imagined. So, you know, either in just your journey of inquiry around your own grandfather, or maybe you, like many of us, have done some, you know, some of these DNA tests like 23andMe. Like, have you found anything really unexpected in your family history?
Honestly, I've been wanting to do a DNA test for so long just to know, you know, I've been wanting to do one, but I never got around to it. But my dad is biracial and he was actually adopted. But the crazy thing is, it's not really a secret, but his parents had him when they were very young, so they weren't able to take care of him. And his mom's side wasn't really very accepting of a biracial baby. So I'm just kind of like, wow, like I have this whole side of the family. He was raised by his cousins through the family. But I'm like, wow, I have this whole other family out here who don't even know that I'm probably on one of their favorite shows, or, you know, just out here like popping it. And they're like, oh, what? They don't even know who I am. I'm like, I could be walking past anybody and I'm just like, that could be my cousin. And I just have no idea who it is. So I'm like, that's kind of like a mystery in my little life. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess like my dad's side of the family, and they don't know me, and they probably kind of like might see this and might assume. I don't even think, I know his real mom has other kids, but I don't even think they know they have a child who adopted. So, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So that's a
Totally.
on their side they need to kind of unfold, and that's a mystery that I need to find out. That I kind of want to find out, but.
I'm with
I
you.
would say that's kind of like a secret in my life that's kind of
Okay.
complex. But also, like I mentioned, my mom's dad, which is my grandfather as well, he definitely like when he served in Vietnam and leaving behind his diary, reading about
Mm,
what his life in Vietnam was like. I was just kind of like, okay, cool. So, there's
hmm
there's some secrets. Yeah, I don't personally have a diary that I have secrets that I need to hide, but
Yeah.
those are some older like secrets in my family that I guess I kind of have.
I'll tell you something that happened recently for me. So, at Christmas, I decided to buy everyone in my extended family an ancestry DNA kit, right? I think it was on like Oprah's like top purchase picks or gift picks, or whatever. So I was like, I just bought every like 15 people them. And then my daughter and I did them as well, right? And then I finally got the results back and I went into their little platform and I still haven't dealt with this. There were two people in there. I have no idea who they are.
Really, really,
Correct. I
family be
haven't even
like
dealt with
that.
it. I haven't even gone back. I just said that must be a mistake, and I just haven't even gone back to look at it.
Yeah,
But
I know. It's crazy how kind of I guess DNA and family works, honestly.
oh my
I
gosh.
want to do a test, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So maybe
Yeah.
one day, I might find out, you know, where I
Well,
come from.
so back to you. So you've already done a significant amount of voice work in animated TV, but is this your first dramatic scripted podcast?
Yes, this is my first podcast. Yes, which is pretty exciting.
How did you find it in like sort of storytelling in an audio only world versus other things that you've done? Would you find it different? Was it the same as far as capturing performances or?
Honestly, really working with the Denise brothers, they really made it a very comfortable space for me. Like I enjoy
Good.
working with them. We talked about it a week before on Zoom on what the plan was and how we
Mm-hmm.
were gonna kind of do it. And it was like kind of like a voiceover. So when filming it, it felt like a really long voiceover session. But
Mm-hmm.
I was so interested into the script and it was such a great storyline that and I
Yeah.
did my research on it and found ways to really connect with Dasha. So it didn't
Yeah.
really feel that long. And also, like I
Okay.
said, it felt like doing voiceover work. And
Yeah.
with the Denise brothers making it such a comfortable space for me, I was just kind of like, okay, this is fun. It felt
Aren't
fun.
those a couple of very sweet guys?
Yes, they are. They are.
I love those guys. Yeah. I love those guys.
Yes.
So, it seems that at least as far as like the internet says that you started acting when you were 9. Is that accurate?
I mean, I started when I was 7, but I was doing
Wow.
local theater. So I kind of started off in theater. I showed my mom. Told my mom that this was something I had interest in, and she put me in a few local theaters around my community. So just
hmm
so I could get the audience reaction in real time, and luckily it was all positive reactions. So
hmm
I started off in theater, and then I went to a few local acting clinics and met up with a few local acting coaches. And when
Yep.
I was 9, I did get signed to like my agency, and from there, that's when the
Got it.
auditions came.
Congratulations. Amazing.
Thank you, thank you. I got Atlanta with Donald Glover. I played a co-star on there. And then Stranger Things, of course, which is one of my biggest roles. And then I got The Curse of Bridge Hollow with
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Lance and Hard Drive now. So
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, hard drive.
Yes, yes.
So obviously Stranger Things is the final season is
hmm
about to come out. You told me before we started our interview something that you're working towards. So I'm not going to, if that's private, please don't talk about it. That's very exciting for you, but what about in regards to acting now that the final season's coming out? Like what's next? Like how do you see your future? What are you looking for? What are you
Yes.
excited about?
Honestly, I want to evolve in my acting career. I did Erica, and Erica was a fun character to do. Of course, she was younger, but I want my work to grow as I grow. I want the characters that I play to evolve as I evolve. I want people to know that I can not only can I do sassy work and comedic work, but I can also do emotional things, and I can do
Mhm.
a variety of things. I can put myself into any character's shoes and really portrayed that character. So I want people to see me in stuff that's a little bit more gritty. I do have a
Hmm.
few things working for me. Some things I can't really say. Of course, hard
Okay.
drive. That's what people
Yeah.
can tune into.
Sure.
My animated projects such as Hamster and Gretel. And I also just got attached to a project. I can't say much about it. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say I got attached yet. So let's hope it all worked out. And
Yeah.
I'm working on a few things behind the scenes. And of course, Stranger Things season 5, which I'm really excited for. But
Me too.
honestly, as I grow, I want my work to grow. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
What do you want your fans to know, if anything, or is that a decent summary as it was?
Yeah, honestly, I want my fans to know that other than me acting, I also have other interests, such as like, I want people to know really who I am. I'm kind of starting to get into
Mm-hmm.
doing like YouTube, so I want people to understand
Mm-hmm.
me and my personality more. Also, that I want to be more like a businesswoman along with acting. I partner with Atlanta Vibe volleyball team in Atlanta as their youth ambassador. So I want to kind of be like set an example for a lot of young people in Gen Z, and that could be through
Yeah.
acting, that could be through what I'm doing in my community. So I just want my fans to really, or people, my supporters, to really know that I'm more than just an actress. So
You're going to be the mogul. I can tell.
yes,
Yeah. That's
yes,
incredible.
thank
Well, thank you from the bottom of my heart for
you.
being in one of our shows. Thank you for connecting with me. It's been a delight to speak to you and get to know you a bit.
Yes, yes, I enjoyed this interview. It was a lot of fun.
So, listeners, you can find Hard Drive anywhere you listen to podcasts. So, Apple, Spotify, everywhere, all at once. I want to thank you again, Priya, for joining me for Voyage Media. I'm Nat Mundel, signing off.
Hi, thank you.